Hello, you guys. How's everybody doing? I'm just going to do some hot topics for about an hour. I got a free Saturday, so it's a beautiful thing. Totally free. Thank God. Let y'all start getting the notifications. Hey, what's up, Miss Brown? How's everybody doing? I see 5 people sis in here. We're just going to talk about some of the trending topics. Hey, Tyranny. I should have said trending topics. Me, girl, I'm just chilling today too. I was thinking today, I was like, is there something I got to do today? Because, I'm always so busy. I was like, it's something I got. And I was like, I don't have nothing to do. I got so happy. I was like, I ain't got nothing to do. And I was like, I think it was something that I was supposed to do, but I can't even remember what it was. I was like, I'm so glad I can't remember. Lord, thank you. I don't need to know. Okay. If I can't remember, I can't do it. I didn't write it down, so it must not have been that important. Hey, Joy Loves God. So just chilling today. Just chilling, doing hot topics and all of that. How's everybody doing? Today is the 31st. Tomorrow is the 1st. Y'all, we're already 6 months into the year. Hey, John Brown, you doing okay? And the year has just been going so fast, you guys. The year has been just going so freaking fast. I got news on yesterday. I was looking at my email. I have so many emails I be forgetting. And I am qualified again this year to receive a bigger grant from the city. And that makes me so happy. That makes me happy. And there's some things I want to do. There's another young lady who, with the grant that she had received, she had been helping young men to get jobs. I actually wrote up her grant. Okay. And so over in the Orange Mound area, she's been helping young men to get jobs, and really everywhere, really around the Memphis area, those that are interested. And so I posted today, and I think it would be a good thing because I want to do a commercial and start adding them into my vlog and then on my show when they're doing expungement clinics. When I was downtown the other day, I had the opportunity to speak with the clerk. Thank you, ZK. I had the opportunity to speak with the clerk that's over that, and I really want to partner with her to get the word out there so that these young men can start getting these charges off of their background. And I would love to go to one of her clinics to see how to be able to help, persons. But she's having a clinic today. Okay, so she's got really people that's out there that's doing it. Thank you, M. Rose. She's got people that's out there already that is helping these young men to clean their background up so that they can get jobs. So that's a good thing. I truly love the city of Memphis. I do. Like, I have such a connection to my city, and I guess anybody would have a connection. And I just think that with the city of Memphis, it's so rich with history and pertinent information and history. Unfortunately, Dr. King, his blood is still in Memphis, but you have to think about Dr. King was here for a purpose. the purpose that he had on the inside of him, the vision that he had on the inside of him. I still believe that that vision lingers. And I hope that, as these elections come, that people start to wisen up. Sometimes you have to start giving other people a chance and not let people play musical chairs. Because when a person has turned out in one position, what happens is they'll start running for another position. They make themselves career politicians who have not done anything. Whereas if people start to overthrow those people that are not doing anything for the community, that's how you train people. When you start getting new people, they already know we don't do what we're supposed to do, then we're going to be overthrown. So that's what the white community does. That's what every other race of people do. And so that's what we're gonna have to start doing in our community. But in our community, we have such bleeding hearts. When people go and they say that they believe in God and they know how to preach and do a good preach or whatever. Unfortunately, that's what kept the slaves in line, and it's so hurtful because now we see that hundreds of years later, that's what people that look like us is doing to keep us in line. Memphis is majority Black politicians. It's a Democratic city, even though Tennessee is a red state. It is a Democratic city with majority 90 something percent Black politicians, right? So why is Memphis in the state that it is in, where it is a chocolate city, chocolate politicians? That means you got to do something different. That means we're voting based on race when we should be voting based on performance. Okay, so that's what I got to say about that. We're just talking about hot topics today. We're just winging it. We can, anybody can get it. Okay, anybody can get it. When I say it like that, we could talk about anybody. Okay. um yeah. Oh, Lord, who's texting me now? I believe people be seeing me get on live and then they go, oh, okay, she on live, let's start texting us. And I'm talking about people that I know because it gets on my nerve. Here to T. Hey, ZK. I'm glad to see you all up in here. You know what? I don't know if I've been shadow banned, but it don't matter because that's gonna change too. So I don't worry about that. Where hey, True Bleed, where my notifications don't go out or something. We'll see. I'm about to get some interns, child. So we're gonna get the look. I'm gonna get them to show Auntie how to do this algorithm thing. I'm gonna get them to show Auntie how to do this algorithm thing because you know what, I had interns. I used to have them every year, and I would be so hurt when it was time for them to go back to school. I treated them like they were children. And I remember one time this church, Brown Baptist, sent me some interns also. Yep, they sent me some interns for the summertime and they're really good. They was good with edits. They was just really good. They were so talented, college students. And it was a summer job. I had to pay though, which was fine. Okay. But hopefully they can. I told them I want some tech savvy interns, okay, so that they can get over there at the office and start. What's up, the site dog? Start showing me some stuff. But I can show them some stuff too. I'm going to teach them some things I know as it relates. Let them do commercials and put their commercials and stuff in my vlog and on TV or whatever it is that they want to do. When they was with me the first time, I treated them like they were my children. As soon as they walked in, I would say, "Have you all eaten?" "No, Miss Tamara." Somebody said, "Them kids playing you." So I would say, "Okay, I want y'all to," they were supposed to stay with me, especially the ones that came from colleges, because I gave them their work study. So I had to write down their hours and stuff, child. I would tell them, "Y'all go write y'all hours down." And Child, I believe they was writing down and doing whatever they wanted to do. But I think I'm gonna keep better. I'm gonna keep up with their hours, because so you can have interns and they have like a work study, and they also have, in order to receive a credit, they come and work with you. I had some of them too. Those are the interns that are getting ready to graduate. Now they have perfected whatever there is. Usually interns that got in film and stuff like that. But I was buying a pizza every day. Have y'all eaten? No. Okay, well, I'm gonna order a pizza. And they would sit there and they was editing all my shows and showing me what to do. And I just loved when they were being there. And so I was treating them such like babies. I would go, okay, let's get ready. It's getting dark. I want y'all to go ahead and go home. And maybe I shouldn't be, but whatever. They got their hours in, okay? They got their grades. They got really good grades and all that good stuff. Because we made sure that we made sure that y'all, they say that the New Orleans inmates are still on the run. I was looking at the twins. Let me pull them up. They said that the New Orleans inmates are still on the run. The twins and Rashim, I think it's Rashim or Rashid. They're from New Orleans. I'm gonna pull them up. They're talking about I be looking at their commentary a lot. I like the twins a lot. They're good. I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of times I go over into, I don't think they're gonna mind me playing their stuff. A lot of times I go over into their chat. They have a lot of men in there, so I just kind of stay in the bushes because when a lot of men are, but you know what? I don't think they would allow any disrespect because they kind of already, you know what I mean? I like them. Even when you talk in the chat, twins are not going to allow anybody to be disrespectful. And I think their chat know that, being disrespectful to no women. But they was talking about, because they are from down there in New Orleans. I think they're living in Texas now. About helping your people when you are on the run. Y'all make sure y'all go and check out the twins, okay?
Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, man. Check it out, family.
Now, y'all see that one in the middle, Rashim? That's Master P's first cousin.
12 people watching, 6 of y'all.
They said that Master P put him in his, and he's so laid back. I'm surprised he's talking. He normally don't talk. Master P put him in that song. It might be Rashid after Magnolia. Bout it.
Like what, man? What kind of stuff? And one of them is me. Cool, bro. That's cool. I gotta stop playing like. It was good on Much Love and Respect from California. And if I know people gonna lay down for them help, I'm not gonna do nothing stupid to get myself in that. But like I said, I'm gonna find a way to do something. I'm gonna find a way to help my people. I ain't gonna tell my brother get 40 on the run thing. I will help my brother. The Rock got 40. Rock called me and said, "Man, you know this behind me trying to get me. What's up?" I say, "Bitch, I'm sending some money." Woo. I'm gonna tell you a little help. My partner Chris, he from here. He running from the damn people. He called me. He said, "You at the house?" He said, "Yeah." And I just did some people. They still behind me. Let me come park in your garage. He had the big old key.
Well, I'm sure that was a long time ago. We'll put it. I'm sure they talking about something that happened probably some years ago. Nothing that happened recently. Okay. But they was talking about helping the people that would you help your friends and stuff that was on the run. Okay. I don't know. You get to thinking about. Well, I'm not gonna comment. Maybe I shouldn't comment on anything like that because you have to because I work for the government. So you know, um, when you have people that, anyways, we're gonna because see everybody has especially if it's your child or something like that. People that you truly love and they call you, I guess, and they want some money or something like that. Hey, you don't ever know what you might do or might not do. I'll say that. But I do know this, not unless the person's life was in danger. If somebody had a loved one that was on the run, um, and they truly loved them, they called. I don't think they would not um send no money. Okay. I mean, you have to be real about it. I agree with them on that. I don't think that you would not. Somebody, look, I ain't trying. I'm on the run. I'm hungry. It's your son. You already, Anyways, okay. Anyways, y'all. Anyways, to make, I've been watching that closely. Those New Orleans guys. It's two of them that's still on the run. Okay, it is. It's two of them that's still on the run. One of them was at a family outing on Memorial Day. Absolutely, ZK. People don't people don't turn their backs on their loved ones. Okay, I mean, it would be hard for even the people that are paid and is in the field of tracking down fugitives and stuff. If it was their child, I mean, they would be in a bad position because I don't think that they would turn their back on their children or loved ones either. So you can never say what you won't do when it comes to matters of the heart, especially if it's your children and stuff. Like, oh my God, my child is hungry. I know you ain't get ready to hang up in your child's face. Okay. So where they are going, where are they going? They sure enjoying their time. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's more than likely they have relatives, and one of them was with relatives. Why they put him on live like that? I don't know. Why he's been in jail for 14 years. And for Memorial Day, he was with his family swimming. He said, I haven't been in a pool for 14 years. So he's just enjoying himself. So I'm sure whoever did that video, I'm sure they're in trouble already. I'm sure the person has moved on. So that means that he's got some type of help. Now he's got 14 years. He's been in jail already for 14 years. I think he's got a life sentence. So he really feel like he ain't got nothing to lose. That's what that is. Yeah, I'd be scared the SWAT coming. I remember one time one of my cousins had a warrant and they was looking for him. This was like I was still in high school, and him and his girlfriend, and he had a warrant. They was looking for him because of drugs, right? I guess he had possession with intent. Um, so I think he outran. They used to always run from the police. That's the reason why my cousin's crazy. But anyways, he was going to different relatives' houses, and he would be, laying down in the floor singing that song, "Bad Boys, Bad Boys." I said, "Lord have mercy." And so after a while, like, his mother was like, "Just go and turn yourself in. You can't keep doing this, going to different relatives' houses, you know, so that you can rest." You know what I mean? That's not, because it's not like he had life. He had to go. I think he did like a year and a half. It wasn't worth it to just keep running like that, not getting any, not getting any rest. So yeah. Um, anyway, y'all, we just kind of winging it. We just talking about, we're supposed to be talking about hot topics, but I mean, it seems like to me that really the only real hot topic at this point is, I guess, to everybody is P. Diddy. For some reason, I don't know why, but for some reason, I don't really hold a real big interest in P. Diddy as it relates to this. Okay. Now, if something came up about, his involvement in like Biggie, if that Biggie and Tupac was getting ready to get some justice, or somebody else that he's directly involved, Kim Porter, some of those people, yeah, I would have an interest in it, because I do believe that Diddy is directly involved in all of those murders. It's hella hot topics. Elon Musk just left the Trump admin. Why he leave? I didn't know that. What happened? Why he leave the? I knew that wasn't gonna last long. Lord Jesus, Elon Musk done left. What happened? Exposing the truth. Let us fill us in on the tea. What done happened? Hold on, let me pull that up. Elon Musk left the Trump administration. Hold on. It says Elon Musk has officially left the Trump administration, capping the billionaire tech entrepreneur's turbulent 4-month run, leading a contentious effort to slash the federal government. Musk, who had already scaled back his role with the Department of Government Efficiency, announced his departure in a May 28 post on X. It comes as his designation as a special government employee, which allowed him to stay on the job for 130 calendar days a year, has ended. As my scheduled time as a special government employee comes to an end, I would like to thank President Donald Trump for the opportunity to reduce wasteful spending, Musk said. The Dodge is that Dodge or DOGE mission will only strengthen over time as it becomes a way of life throughout the government. A White House official confirmed Musk exit, telling US Today the offboarding process has begun. So he only had 130 calendar days to be there. So I mean, it has ended. So I mean, his 130 days is up. So I mean, he done bought up all of the properties and stuff in Memphis. So, all of the old buildings. I wonder why he chose Memphis. They all those data centers and all of that. It's just weird. He had a black eye yesterday in the Oval. Lord have mercy, Jesus. He done had a black eye. Ugh. Mm. Hold on, you Yeah, these two are still on the run. And y'all, they have increased the reward to $50,000 to get those New Orleans inmates. Mm. Lord have mercy. They're ensuring that somebody close turn them in.
Role. And we also appreciate that we have the trust coming to Crime Stoppers for those tips. But our work is not done. With 2 remaining inmates, our board, our organization, wanted to stand firm and encourage anyone who might have intimate knowledge of the whereabouts of Mr. Massey or Mr. Groves not to wait, but to contact us immediately. To kind of put a little meat behind that, we wanted to let you know that Crime Stoppers today has increased its reward for information that leads directly to the arrest of each of these individuals, up to $20,000. Now, with Crime Stoppers, we are combining with the ATF, making the reward significantly higher. And you're eligible for the Crime Stoppers reward by contacting us directly. With Crime Stoppers, you're going to remain anonymous. It's our standard protocols. And we truly hope that with this increased amount, if you have personal knowledge of the whereabouts of these individuals that can help law enforcement make that arrest, to contact us.
I want to be clear. Anyone who chooses to help the remaining fugitives in any way will be arrested and prosecuted. The decision is simple: assist law enforcement and potentially earn a reward, or try to assist these fugitives and go to jail with a potentially high bond. As SAC TAP said, we know their family members, their friends, but they are a public safety risk for you, everyone around you, and the entire state of Louisiana. You must do the right thing. With Crime Stoppers increasing the reward amount, now is the time to make the right choice. Turn in valuable information and help us bring them in safely and receive a reward. All contact information is available on our websites, our social media platforms, and can be shared again following this conference.
Well, who do you all think is going to turn them in? Because now what's getting ready to happen is it's $20,000 per person. If they keep taking that up, they mess around and take it up to, I mean, you got people, if they know, they're going to turn them in for the 20. Not close family members, but if they've been around like some people that's on the outer gate that know where they are, that might be friends of their family members, they getting told on. He chose Memphis because Memphis is going to be so cheap because they high crime rate while fools fighting and clowning. They're going to start the gentrification process before people can realize what happened. Yeah. You all make sure you guys hit that like button for me. Make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe, okay? He said the world news. It ain't really nothing going on with the world news. Let's see. What did I see? I guess that would be CNN. And CNN is not really that credible to me. Anyways. Anyways, what else has been going on? Hey, the reality. Hey, Kawana. Hey, Cypress, why you send me that picture? He looked like he really just, enjoying himself at the concert, at Key Glock concert. Hush, hell. Um, you all make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hold on, you all. Y'all, you know what? I know they keep talking about P. Diddy and Suge Knight. I think did they get Gotti? No, Cypress was showing me where Gotti was on a picture with somebody. I mean, it looked like he was at Key Glock concert, all happy and enjoying, looking up, enjoying the concert. That's what I thought, that he was at Key Glock's concert. Cypress gonna tag me in a picture talking about, don't look like he on the run to me. But he looked like he was at Key Glock concert in Alabama, being a fan. Guys, y'all got to make sure that ladies, y'all got to make sure that you all go get, if you haven't, get your ass off of her. If y'all haven't gone and gotten your breasts and stuff checked, make sure you go get yourself checked out. My cousin, who never used to go to the doctor until she was diagnosed with chronic asthma, she just made it a habit of consistently going. And she said, she was like, well, let me go on. The doctor asked her, have you had your mammogram? And she had never had a mammogram before. She's like 49. And she said, she was there. It was like, yeah, go on, go on, get your mammogram. And they found a mass on her breast. But guess what? It's in 0 stage of cancer. It's not in the first stage or nothing. They found it while it was still in a 0 stage, which means that it had gotten hard. And I hate to, I saw her the other day, and she's still being strong and stuff. She had gotten chemo the day before, and chemo, they already, I gotta find another word. SEMO. I'll say that SEMO, because I don't like for you to spread awareness on here. SEMO is just not, it's not good for it. It takes out all of the good cells. And I was looking at how her skin has turned two-tone, and it's going down, and it's not hard anymore. And it had not spread or anything like that. But at the same time, it just bothers me, because I think if the SEMO is hurting the good cells, then that's to me a way of still unaliving the body, But we're praying for a speedy recovery. She's got I think she's got 2 more treatments. So I said, what is 0 stage breast cancer? It says it's most commonly diagnosed as ductal carcinoma, Treatment for 0-stage breast cancer may include surgery, radiation, and hormone blocking medication. It's a non-invasive cancer where abnormal cells have been found in lining of the breast milk duct, but have not spread. Oh, wow. I'm so glad that she went on. Oh, God, I'm so glad. So I want to promote that. I want for women to, because y'all know I had a scare. And it's funny because her mother passed away from throat cancer a few years back. Her mother was the life of the park. She was the life of our family. She was real witty. She was just naturally witty. She had a snapback and she cussed like a sailor. She smoked like a sailor. And I'm talking about cigarettes. She's so missed in our family. But I had a scare earlier this year, and I went, and they was like, when I went to the doctor, the doctor was like, I'm gonna send you for your mammogram. It had been a couple years, and when I went, it was abnormal, and so they called me and it was like, it didn't look good, so we need for you to come back. And I don't know, I just got scared. Said it didn't look good. The doctor wants for you to come back. And so when I went back, the doctor was checking it out, where it was talking about my left breast. And so when I went, and it took them a long time, and so the doctor was like, I'm not really concerned with the left breast. We see something on the right breast. And so, he went and got some more doctors, and they kept taking turns looking at it. It was just, it seemed like it was just taking forever. So I remember just laying there when it was like, because before I can even get a relief about my left breast, he said, I'm concerned about this right breast. It was like, dog, I wasn't even able to exhale. And so when all them those different doctors was coming in looking, and finally they waited on one doctor. They was like, we're gonna wait on, I don't even know their names, gonna wait on him to come in here. And I just turned my head towards the wall. Like I was laying there, I just turned my head towards the wall. I was like, I looked to the hills from which coming all of my help. I mean, that's just what I was doing. I just started looking at the wall and just started praying. And I was like, I'm not gonna anticipate, because it seemed like it took them so long to wait for that last doctor to come in there to check it out. And so anyways, so when he came in, it seemed like it just took him forever. They just kept looking at it. And so then he finally said, okay, I feel comfortable in saying that it is a benign cyst. I was like, oh my God, Lord, thank you so much. I didn't even have the opportunity I couldn't even call my mother. You know what I mean? Because the first thing I do when there is some sign of trouble, the first thing I think about, I need my mom in her prayers, right? And I remember my mom used to always say to me, you gotta start having like a praying relationship, which is why I do pray all the time now, a relationship with God. Because a lot of times we depend on like our parents and other people. We want to piggyback off of their relationship, which takes discipline. They've built up their relationship. I've always told you guys, I don't know what it is about my mother, but her relationship with God or a higher power, whatever you all call it, is so strong. It just seems like whenever she starts to go into prayer, I don't care what it is eliminated. It has always been like that. She don't talk about it because she always tell me, I told you not to talk about it. Time people hear the word cancer, everybody starts pass out all on the ground. And I think I told y'all about the time that my mother was coming home, and my mother has never, she's always been very selfless. That's one of the reasons why I think I can be difficult as at times, even though I have a good heart. I start thinking about stuff and I go, no, I can't do it like that. Cause people are gonna think they can run over me. I watched my mom. My mother was not a pushover, but I saw like people try to take advantage of her good nature. She's just a good natured person. She's not judgmental. Um, I've never seen her judge people. She's not judgmental at all. And she's always trying to see the good side of stuff. She's not the type to be arguing and fussing and stuff. Now, when I call her and I'm troubled about something, I've only seen her get out of character a few times because she always say, "You so hard headed." I told you that was gonna happen. I told you just had to try that. I told you that was gonna happen. And she's one of those kind. Now with me, I told her, you don't judge nobody but me, because she said, you so hard headed. I always did everything I could to try to protect you, but you just one of those ones that you have to try it, and then I always run back to her crying about something. And so they was giving my mother a hard time. This was at one of her jobs that she had before. And I remember my mom was coming home and stuff, and she was upset about it. I was still in high school during this time. And so I remember my cousins worked out there. Her first cousins worked out there with her. And that's when they was working at, I'm not going to say where they was working at. And so they was working out there with her. And so they was calling her every day, every single day. And so then I remember my mom stopped talking about it. I was like, everything. So, you know what? I'm not going to talk about it no more. I'm just going to, I've decided I'm not talking about it. I'm just getting ready to give it to God. I can't, go up into the spiritual realm and pray about it like I need to if I'm going to be consistently talking about it. So I hear my right hand to the Lord. Like 2 weeks after that, the guy, because it was a guy and his girlfriend, the guy was fired. I don't think my mother was praying for him to be fired. She just put, a lot of times when you just surrender, okay, you just surrender. You have to give people over in their issues and them over in the hands of a higher power, and that power, which is God, which is what I call God, deal with that. That guy lost. He was fired, and then probably about a month or so after that, the girl was fired. And then later on, like they were into, he stole her. Sometimes you can bring bad karma upon yourself. And then another time, on another job, she was a supervisor and she was trying to get people hired permanently that was coming in there. This guy that was her manager had an issue with he probably was more jealous that a lot of those folks would confide in my mom, because she's real easy to talk to. And I guess he wanted for my mother to treat him dirty. My mama said when they would come in there, he would talk about, look at them, look how, look at how they look and this and that. People come from all different walks of life. Okay. And so just because a person may be loud, maybe a little ghetto, don't mean they're not hard workers, don't mean they don't know how to act. You know what I mean? So my mother came from, was raised up, she was raised, they were poor. So she could identify with that. So my mother was trying to make sure that before she had retired, that she could get the majority of them on from the temporary service, because they came in through temporary services. She wanted to make sure she was showing them how to get on permanently. And he had issues with that. He was real mean to my mother. My mom had injured her leg and stuff, and she was still hopping, going up in there. So I remember I requested his friendship. I said, this bitch gonna get cussed out. Okay. I remember one night my mama came home crying because he went off on her so bad. Because my mother was, telling them, trying to hold him as long as she could. So, and telling them how, to be permanent, try to get them on permanently and all of that. I guess he wanted them to be treated like slaves, work for 10 months, lay them off, and then wait a month, they get hired again. It's just evil. And he was a black ass bitch. Okay. So he ought to been ashamed of himself. He was a lot younger than my mama, wasn't used to nothing. So I requested his friendship on Facebook. My mama came home crying. I said, this bitch right here gonna get cussed out. And he never accepted my friendship. Y'all know that guy finally, that's been some years. My mother has been retired now for about 6 or 7 years. And don't y'all know that man just requested my friendship? I mean, just accepted my friendship on Facebook. I had forgot about a year or so ago. God didn't want him to accept it then, okay? Because I was requesting it so that I could make sure he got the message so I could cuss his ass out. But to make a long story short, they ended up firing him. So you show later on they ended up firing him. I guess after he caught himself doing all he could to try and save that company that was already rich money by continuously making people that look like him out of slaves. Because to me, that's what a temporary service is. It could be good, to get in through a temporary service as they used to do after 6 months. You work good, you get hired on. They don't do that no more. They want to keep it temporary so that the temporary company get all of the money, save the company benefit, money by you not getting benefits, basically treating you as a slave. So my mother has the same type of mind. Well, I got the same type of mind that my mom had, except for my mother is not as aggressive as I am, okay? Because a bitch gonna get cussed out, okay? My mama not a cusser. My mama cussed the other day though. My mother cussed the other day. She would always say a little something, and she sounds real funny when she said, but she cussed the other day. I told her, I said, I can't believe it. She said, I told you, you keep me stressed out. You deal with these stray people. You keep me stressed out. I'm not gonna do my mama like that no more. Should have left people right. They should have left them alone. Um, we have to make it easier for our parents, though. Yes, we do. See, my dad was different. When I would do something, my dad would go, "Did you get the lesson?" He didn't even worry about it. He would go, "Did you get the lesson in that?" He would just kind of chuckle. But with my mother, when I go through something, my mom kind of goes through it with me if I tell her. A lot of times, and I don't go through a whole lot. I got to be honest about that. I really don't. Which is probably the reasons why when I start going through stuff, I run to my mama because I've never really gone through a whole lot. Yeah, people have to be very, careful about when they get in positions. You know, um, be wise, of course, but don't be low down. Now, some people just like because they ain't used to nothing, they just like to be low down. You know, if a person's doing a good job, just let it be known. Don't let people attach themselves to you though, because they'll attach themselves to you to try and destroy you. When you're in like leadership positions, it's not really even good to be allowing different people to attach themselves to you because they be trying to get close to you to find out something about you so they could try to destroy you. Especially when they, you know, um, especially when they really don't have anything to lose. So we have to be wise about that. Yeah, we have to be wise. No, that comes that. But you know what? We learn consistently. Like even as we get older, we're consistently learning. A person who thinks that they're too old to learn is a damn fool. Things constantly change. So we're constantly learning. Yeah, I'm so happy. I don't have nothing to do today. The first thing I did when I woke up this morning was that rotel that I've been craving for 2 days that I was gonna make last night. First thing I did was made it this morning, and it was so good. That's true, Dominic. Dominic, I agree. I can't stand a person when you try to tell them something. You don't have to tell me that. Some people get offended when you try. Yo, they be cutting you up. I know. I know. I already did that. I already said that. I did that before. Some people are just damn fools to their damn soul. A lot of times, even if I know something, when somebody try to tell me, I go, "Oh, okay." I go, "Oh, okay. Thank you." I was thinking about my friend who was a police officer, and he said that somebody had called him, but it was the wrong number, and the guy was like, "I don't know how our lines got tied up. Somehow their lines got tied up." And he said he told him, "Be careful though, man. You know, police be eavesdropping. They be tapping phones and stuff." He said he was like, "All right, oh okay, bro. Thanks for putting me up on game about that. I hollered." Mm. Y'all don't put my y'all do not do listen. Okay, it's already up. Oh, okay. So the cash app ain't working. Oh, okay. So they probably hacked it. They might have hacked the cash app. Hey, you all make sure y'all hit that like button for me. Hold on, you all. Y'all, where did Cypress go? I was getting on the touch bases with y'all. I must have turned the phone off. Are you there? Okay. Y'all, I'm so happy to have a day off. And I'm going to try to make sure I have one out tomorrow. I don't want to go nowhere either. Oh, my phone. I was like, my phone ain't ringing. It's all. It was all. Hold on, you guys. Diane, I'm just seeing your message. My phone was off. All the messages just coming through. Hold on, you all. Hold on, you all. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. We're just on here, just vibing. I'm looking at some other stuff. I think I want for all of the men to make sure they're going to get their prostate checked And I think I was talking about to make sure you are nourishing your body with the proper minerals and vitamins. Also, men. So the ladies as well as the men, because men are extremely hard headed. They don't necessarily like to go and check themselves out. They go to the doctor when they can't make it no more. That means if you can't make it no more, it might be too bad. Y'all, we are just talking. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Hold on. Y'all, hold on. Mm-mm. Right, they wait until the ambulance. Right, they wait until the ambulance is called. Anyways, y'all, I was just lounging. I was just lounging around today. Get ready to fold some clothes and look at Netflix and just chill out today for the rest of the day. I'm gonna go to the gym and get on the bike. I need to see how I wanna order me a bike. Hold on, let me see how much bikes cost. I used to get a 10 speed for Christmas every single year. Okay, so a 26 speed bike. I don't know how big that is, a 26 speed bike. Okay, because I used to have a 10 speed. So now they got 26 speed. It is $98. But I was seeing what bikes was $1,000 now. They got them for $98 at Target. Let's see, what about a mountain bike? They don't cost it. Bikes have really gone down. So the Mongoose switchback is $400 though. Mm-hmm. I would never pay $400 for a bike. Mm. Get over here. Mm-mm. Anyway, y'all, I might come back on later. Let me close, and look at Netflix and chill. And then if not later on, I might upload some videos right before I go to the gym. Anyways, you guys, I love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday.